Are you wearing dress styles that are making you completely invisible to the world around you? After styling hundreds of women over 50, I've discovered 20 specific dress types that create an instant magnetic presence. Wait until you see dress number 12, the psychological impact it has on how people perceive your confidence and sophistication will absolutely amaze you. Dress number 1, the wrap dress, the universal confidence creator. Here's something I've learned through years of styling sophisticated women. The wrap dress has a psychological effect that goes far beyond simple flattery. This isn't just about looking good, it's about the subconscious messages this silhouette sends. The wrap dress suggests adaptability, femininity, and self-assurance, qualities that become incredibly attractive with maturity. The science behind this is fascinating. The wrap creates a V neckline that draws attention upward, while the tie waist defines your silhouette at its most flattering point. I worked with a 54-year-old client who felt frumpy in everything until we found her perfect wrap dress. The transformation was immediate. Suddenly, she was getting compliments from strangers and feeling confident enough to attend social events she'd been avoiding. The wrap dress works because it adapts to your body, rather than forcing your body to adapt to it. When shopping for wrap dresses, look for fabrics with slight stretch and avoid overly busy patterns that can overwhelm your frame. Your action step? Try a wrap dress in a solid colour first to see how the silhouette works for your body type. Dress number 2, the Midi shirt dress, the effortless authority signal. Let me share something that might surprise you about the shirt dress's psychological impact. This style triggers associations with competence, reliability, and effortless sophistication. Exactly what mature women want to project. The shirt dress activates the same neural pathways as professional success and put-together living, creating subconscious associations with capability and style. As our bodies change with age, the shirt dress becomes increasingly flattering because it skims rather than clings, creating a polished silhouette without being restrictive. Notice how Helen Mirren uses shirt dresses to project approachable authority. It's never accidental. One client told me that wearing shirt dresses made her feel more confident in professional settings, and her colleagues started seeking her input more frequently. The key is choosing shirt dresses with interesting details like contrasting buttons or subtle texture. Look for pieces that hit at mid-calf for the most flattering proportion. This creates a sophisticated length that's appropriate for any age while still being contemporary. This week, try incorporating a shirt dress in a classic colour like navy or white to see the immediate difference in how you're perceived. Dress number 3, the A-line Midi, the timeless elegance builder. Through my experience with clients, I've learned that the A-line Midi creates an instant psychological response of grace and refinement. Studies show that A-line silhouettes are perceived as more approachable and feminine while still maintaining sophistication. Here's what makes this particularly powerful for women over 50. The A-line flatters every body type, while the midi length suggests modesty and class. The A-line triggers associations with classic Hollywood glamour and timeless style icons. Watch how Diane Keaton uses A-line midis to project effortless elegance. The silhouette does the work for her. A recent client was struggling with feeling dowdy until we built her wardrobe around A-line midis. The transformation was remarkable. Not only did she feel more confident, but people began complimenting her classic style. The visual result you're aiming for is timeless sophistication that never looks dated. When shopping, look for A-line dresses with interesting necklines or sleeve details to add visual interest. Pro tip: A-line midis work especially well for women dealing with midsection changes because they skim over problem areas while creating a beautiful silhouette. I'm glad you're here learning these dress psychology secrets. If you want more insights like these, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. I share styling wisdom for women over 50 regularly. Now, let's keep going, because the next few dress styles are some of my absolute favourites. Dress number 4, the Fit and Flare, the Youthful Vitality Projector. Here's what I share with my clients about the Fit and Flare's unique psychological properties. This silhouette triggers feelings of playfulness, energy, and joie de vivre, exactly what many women over 50 want to project. The science behind this is fascinating. The fitted bodice shows your waist while the flared skirt creates movement and femininity. The fit and flare activates the same brain regions associated with dancing and celebration, creating instant feelings of joy and vitality. As our bodies change with age, the fit and flare can restore that sense of fun and femininity that makes us feel vibrant and alive. The The fitted top celebrates your upper body, while the flared skirt camouflages any concerns about hips or thighs. See how Jane Fonda uses fit and flare dresses to maintain her energetic, approachable image while still looking sophisticated. I had a client who felt like she'd lost her spark until we introduced fit and flare dresses into her wardrobe. Suddenly, she was getting invited to more social events and feeling excited about getting dressed. People began describing her as vivacious and fun, terms she hadn't heard in years. When shopping for fit and flare dresses, avoid overly full skirts that can overwhelm petite frames. Dress number 5, the shift dress, the modern minimalist statement. I've noticed something fascinating about the shift dress's psychological impact on how people perceive women. This silhouette suggests modernity, confidence, and sophisticated simplicity, qualities that become incredibly attractive with maturity and experience. Shift dresses are associated with urban sophistication and contemporary style without trying too hard. The shift works particularly well for women over 50 because it's clean-lined enough for our refined taste while still being current and chic. The psychological mechanism behind this is that the shift suggests someone who knows themselves well enough to choose quality over trends. Notice how Tilda Swinton uses shift dresses to project artistic minimalism. It's a style that suggests depth and intelligence. One of my clients was tired of feeling overdressed in her usual choices until we introduced shift dresses, and she started getting compliments on her modern style. Suddenly, people assumed she was involved in creative or intellectual pursuits and began engaging her in more sophisticated conversations. The visual difference this makes is immediate. Shifts create clean lines and sophisticated simplicity that busy patterns can't achieve. Look for shift dresses with interesting textures or subtle details rather than bold prints. Dress number 6, the Maxi dress, the Bohemian elegance indicator. Let me tell you about something that really works when it comes to the Maxi dress's psychological messaging. This silhouette immediately signals creativity, confidence, and free-spirited elegance, exactly the impression sophisticated women want to make. The Maxi has this unique ability to look expensive and effortless simultaneously, which is why it's such a powerful tool in our wardrobes. Flowing silhouettes are perceived as more artistic and approachable than structured pieces, making Maxis particularly effective for social situations. As we go through menopause and our body proportions change, the Maxi provides coverage that's elegant rather than hiding. The flowing fabric works harmoniously with the natural grace that comes with maturity, creating a cohesive, sophisticated appearance. Look at how Meryl Streep uses maxi dresses to project artistic sophistication. It's a masterclass in bohemian elegance. I worked with a 58-year-old client who felt frumpy in shorter dresses until we discovered the right maxi silhouette, and the transformation was remarkable. People began complimenting her artistic style and assuming she was involved in creative pursuits. When shopping, look for maxis with defined waistlines rather than completely loose fits. I'd love to know, which dress style insight has caught your attention most so far? Be honest. I see these patterns all the time with my clients, and recognizing them is the first step to creating a more magnetic presence. Dress number 7, the sweater dress, the approachable sophistication creator. Here's what I've found works well about the sweater dress's unique psychological properties. This style combines the comfort of knitwear with the polish of a dress, creating a look that suggests warmth, approachability, and understated luxury. Knit fabrics are associated with comfort and nurturing, while the dress silhouette maintains sophistication and femininity. For women over 50, sweater dresses are particularly powerful because they combine comfort with style, two priorities that become increasingly important as we mature. The sweater dress simultaneously projects coziness and elegance, making the wearer appear both approachable and refined. The professional principle behind this is that sweater dresses bridge the gap between casual and dressy, making them incredibly versatile. Watch what happens when you observe how Oprah Winfrey uses sweater dresses in her casual appearances. They project warmth with sophistication. My clients consistently tell me that sweater dresses make them feel confident and comfortable simultaneously. One client reported that after incorporating sweater dresses into her wardrobe, people began approaching her more frequently at social events. The visual result you're aiming for is cozy elegance that invites connection. Look for sweater dresses with interesting necklines or subtle texture details for the most flattering effect. Dress number 8, the blazer dress, the power confidence builder. Through my professional work, I've learned that the blazer dress has a unique psychological effect that's perfect for women who want to project authority and sophistication. This style suggests leadership, competence, and modern femininity, qualities that become more valuable as we mature. The blazer dress's appeal is rooted in our associations with professional success and executive presence. The blazer dress is particularly flattering for women dealing with body changes because it provides structure while still being feminine and elegant. The tailored lines complement the confidence and authority that come with experience and maturity. Notice how Glen Close uses blazer dresses to project professional sophistication. It's powerful without being intimidating. One client came to me feeling invisible in her usual casual dresses, and when we switched to blazer dresses, she immediately looked more authoritative and polished. Her colleagues began treating her with more respect and seeking her input on important decisions. The key is choosing blazer dresses with interesting details like contrasting trim or unique buttons. When shopping, look for pieces with slight stretch for comfort without sacrificing the tailored appearance. Dress number 9, the Midi wrap, the graceful movement creator. I can tell you from experience that the Midi wrap dress has a psychological effect that makes people want to watch you move. This style suggests grace, femininity, and confident sensuality. Perfect for women who've reached a stage of life where they value elegance over trends. The wrap silhouette creates beautiful movement while the midi length maintains sophistication and appropriateness. The midi wrap works beautifully for women over 50 because it's flattering enough for our mature figures while still being contemporary and stylish. The reason you see this difference is that the wrap creates a beautiful drape that moves with your body, creating an aura of grace and fluidity. The flowing fabric activates positive responses related to dance and natural movement. See how this creates the illusion of effortless elegance that's incredibly attractive. I had a client who felt stiff and uncomfortable in structured dresses, and the midi wrap helped her project the graceful confidence she wanted to embody. During social events, people began complimenting her elegant presence and natural grace. Look for midi wraps with subtle prints or solid colours in rich tones for the most sophisticated effect. Dress number 10, the shirt midi, the effortless chic statement. What I've learned is that the shirt midi strikes the perfect balance between casual and polished, a combination that's incredibly magnetic for mature women. This isn't the stiff shirt dress of the past, it's the relaxed, effortless version that suggests confidence and ease. The shirt midi suggests approachability combined with sophistication, which is exactly the energy many women over 50 want to project. Button front styles activate associations with classic American style and timeless elegance. Here's exactly what makes this work when you choose the right fit. It should skim your body without being tight or loose. The key is finding that perfect balance where the dress looks intentional but not forced. Watch what happens when you see how Diane Keaton uses shirt midis to maintain her signature relaxed elegance. A recent client was struggling to find dresses that felt like her until we discovered shirt midis, and they became her signature style. The transformation was remarkable. She began receiving compliments on her effortless style and natural confidence. The visual result you're aiming for is polished ease that suggests you're comfortable in your own skin. Look for shirt midis with interesting details like contrasting stitching or unique collar shapes. I'd love to hear, what dress psychology topic would you like me to explore next? Drop a comment and let's figure this out together. I read every comment and often get my best video ideas from your questions. Dress number 11, the asymmetrical hem, the modern edge creator. Here's what creates that contemporary look many women are seeking. The asymmetrical hem provides visual interest and modern sophistication without being too trendy. This style suggests creativity, confidence, and fashion awareness without trying too hard. Asymmetrical lines are associated with artistic sensibility and contemporary design thinking. For women over 50, asymmetrical hems are particularly valuable because they add visual interest while still being age-appropriate and sophisticated. The uneven hemline creates movement and draws the eye in an interesting way without being overwhelming. The professional principle behind this is that asymmetrical details suggest someone who's confident enough to wear something slightly different. Look at how Cate Blanchett uses asymmetrical elements to project modern sophistication. It's never harsh or trying too hard. I worked with a client who felt boring in traditional dress styles until we discovered asymmetrical hems, and they became her signature detail. She found that asymmetrical dresses allowed her to look current and interesting while still being appropriate for her lifestyle. When shopping, look for subtle asymmetrical details rather than dramatic differences in hem length. Dress number 12, the belted midi, the waist-defining confidence booster. Let me share something that often helps my clients understand the belted midi's power. This style triggers immediate associations with hourglass figures, feminine curves, and confident body awareness, exactly the impression sophisticated women want to make. The psychology behind belted styles is rooted in our cultural associations with defined waists and feminine silhouettes. The belted midi is more interesting than a simple sheath while still being classic and flattering. As our bodies change with age, the belted midi provides structure that enhances our natural waist while creating a beautiful silhouette. The belt creates a focal point that draws attention to the narrowest part of your torso while the midi length maintains elegance. Notice what makes this approach so effective when you see how Helen Mirren uses belted styles to project confident femininity. The immediate visual impact is one of defined curves and intentional styling that simple dresses can't achieve. One client told me that wearing belted midis made her feel like she had her waist back after menopause weight changes. She reported that people began complimenting her figure and asking about her secret. Look for belted midis with interesting belt details or contrasting belt colours. Dress number 13, the off-shoulder midi, the sophisticated allure creator. This is what gives some women that elegant sensuality, while others struggle with age-appropriate sexiness. The off-shoulder midi provides subtle allure with sophisticated coverage, perfect for mature women who want to feel feminine and attractive. This style suggests confidence, romance, and refined sensuality without being inappropriate. Off-shoulder styles are rooted in associations with classical beauty and timeless femininity. Here's what happens visually when you choose an off-shoulder midi over a high neckline. It creates an elegant frame for your face and décolletage while maintaining sophistication. The off-shoulder neckline draws attention to your collarbones and shoulders, which remain beautiful at any age. See how Julianne Moore uses off-shoulder styles to maintain her elegant sensuality while looking completely appropriate. I've had consistent success with clients who felt they could no longer wear anything sexy until we found the right off-shoulder midi. One client was amazed at how feminine and confident she felt without looking like she was trying too hard. The visual result you're aiming for is sophisticated allure that enhances your natural beauty. When shopping, look for off-shoulder dresses with sleeves or substantial fabric coverage for the most flattering and appropriate look. Dress number 14, the textured sheath, the luxurious sophistication signal. Here's something I think every woman should know about textured sheaths and their psychological impact. This style combines the classic elegance of a sheath with the visual interest of texture, creating a look that's both timeless and contemporary. Textured fabrics suggest luxury, quality, and attention to detail, qualities that become more attractive as we gain life experience. The fascinating thing about textured sheaths is how they create visual depth and richness, making the wearer appear more interesting and sophisticated. Texture activates tactile responses even from a distance, creating subconscious associations with quality and craftsmanship. Watch how this principle works when you notice how Meryl Streep uses textured pieces to project understated luxury. I worked with a 59-year-old client who felt plain in solid-coloured dresses until we introduced textured sheaths into her wardrobe. Suddenly people were complimenting her expensive taste and sophisticated style. She found that textured dresses made her feel more polished and put together without any extra effort. The neurological response to texture is unique. It suggests depth and complexity while remaining elegant and refined. The key is choosing subtle textures like jacquard, brocade, or interesting weaves rather than obvious patterns. Look for pieces where the texture enhances the silhouette rather than overwhelming it. The visual goal is creating an impression of quiet luxury that suggests quality and refinement. Dress number 15, the 3/4 sleeve midi, the perfect coverage creator. Through my work with women like you, I've discovered that 3/4 sleeves project confidence and body awareness while providing flattering coverage. This sleeve length suggests someone who knows what works for their body and isn't afraid to show their style intelligence. 3/4 sleeves are rooted in classic tailoring principles and timeless elegance. The 3/4 sleeve works particularly well for women over 50 because it provides arm coverage while still being contemporary and chic. The sleeve length is naturally flattering to mature arms while still allowing for jewellery and accessories. The reason this creates such visual impact is that 3/4 sleeves frame your hands and wrists beautifully, drawing attention to elegant details. Look at how Jane Fonda uses three-quarter sleeves to maintain her polished appearance while addressing practical concerns. One client was avoiding sleeveless styles entirely until we found dresses with three-quarter sleeves, and they became her signature look. She found that this sleeve length allowed her to feel confident and covered while still looking current and stylish. When shopping, look for three-quarter sleeves that hit at the most flattering part of your forearm. If you're still with me, you're serious about using dress psychology to enhance your presence. What's the first dress style you're going to try? I'm excited to hear about your results and how people respond differently to you. Dress number 16. The Ponte Sheath, the comfortable confidence builder. What I know from years of experience is that Ponte fabric is the secret weapon of truly smart women. This material suggests practicality combined with sophistication, exactly what many women over 50 want to project. Ponte works beautifully because it's more structured than jersey while being more comfortable than woven fabrics. Ponte is associated with modern technology and innovative design, suggesting someone who makes intelligent choices. As our bodies change and comfort becomes more important, Ponte provides the perfect balance of structure and ease. Ponte creates a smooth silhouette that's forgiving while still being polished and professional. Notice the difference between how Ponte looks compared to clingy jersey. Ponte has body and structure that creates a more expensive appearance. I've seen this transformation countless times when clients switch from uncomfortable structured dresses to Ponte sheaths. One client described the change as finally finding dresses that work with her body instead of against it. The immediate benefit is remarkable. You look polished and put together while feeling completely comfortable. Look for Ponte dresses in classic silhouettes that will work for multiple occasions. Dress number 17, the printed Midi, the personality expression tool. Here's something that could be really helpful about printed dresses and their unique appeal. The right print combines visual interest with personal expression, creating a look that's both sophisticated and individual. Prints suggest creativity, confidence, and personal style, qualities that become more precious as we learn to express our authentic selves. The psychology behind prints is complex. They can energize both the wearer and observer while creating memorable impressions. For women dealing with the desire to express personality while maintaining sophistication, prints provide the perfect solution. The right print can enhance your coloring while projecting vitality and interest. See how this technique draws attention in the most flattering way. Prints create focal points that highlight your best features. I had a client who felt invisible in solid colors until we found her perfect print palette, and suddenly she was getting compliments on her artistic style. People began describing her as interesting and creative, and she found herself feeling more confident about expressing her personality. The visual checkpoint you're looking for is prints that enhance rather than overwhelm your frame. Your action step: try prints in colors that complement your skin tone and in scales that flatter your body size. Dress number 18, the mock neck midi, the modern Sophisticate signal. This is what I believe every woman should understand about mock necks and their subtle power. This neckline represents the perfect evolution from turtlenecks. It's more flattering and contemporary while still providing elegant coverage. Mock necks suggest modern sophistication, confidence, and fashion awareness without being trendy. The psychology of mock necks is rooted in associations with contemporary design and architectural elegance. What makes this particularly brilliant for women over 50 is how mock necks provide neck coverage while still being current and chic. The neckline creates a clean, modern line that's more flattering than high turtlenecks while being more interesting than crew necks. The psychological effect is one of contemporary elegance that suggests fashion intelligence. I've watched clients transform their entire style perception simply by switching from basic necklines to mock necks. One client reported that people began describing her as modern and current rather than classic, which was exactly the update she wanted. The difference is subtle but significant. Mock necks suggest someone who's aware of current style while maintaining sophistication. Look for mock neck dresses in quality fabrics that drape well around the neckline. Dress number 19, the midi shirt dress, the effortless authority statement. I want to share something that could change everything about how you think about casual sophistication. The midi shirt dress isn't just comfortable, it's a masterclass in effortless authority and approachable elegance. This style suggests confidence, practicality, and refined taste, exactly what discerning women want to project. The midi shirt dress is rooted in associations with American sportswear and timeless casual elegance. The midi shirt dress works particularly well for women over 50 because it combines the comfort of casual wear with the polish of a dress. The shirt styling provides structure while the midi length maintains sophistication and appropriateness. The midi shirt dress has the versatility and ease that busy lifestyles demand while still looking intentional and stylish. Notice how this creates an immediate impression of someone who has their life together without trying too hard. I worked with a client who felt overdressed in formal styles until we introduced midi shirt dresses as her signature look. Suddenly, everything felt more authentic and comfortable. She found that people began relating to her more easily and seeking her advice on practical matters. The key is finding midi shirt dresses with interesting details like contrasting trim or unique button treatments. Dress number 20, the sleeveless midi with cardigan, the layering sophistication master. Here's something I hope every woman will consider about the power of strategic layering. The sleeveless midi with cardigan combination isn't just practical. It's a sophisticated approach to versatile dressing that suggests intelligence and style awareness. This combination suggests adaptability, practicality, and layered sophistication, the kind of approach that commands respect while remaining approachable. The layering technique combines the femininity of a sleeveless dress with the coverage and versatility of a cardigan. What I've discovered through years of styling women is that this combination works perfectly for the varied demands of mature women's lives. The sleeveless midi provides the foundation, while the cardigan adds sophistication, coverage, and adaptability to different situations. The fascinating aspect of this combination is how it suggests someone who thinks ahead and makes intelligent wardrobe choices. See how this creates the perfect balance between feminine and practical. One client called this combination her secret weapon because it worked for everything from casual lunches to professional meetings. She found that the layered approach made her feel prepared and confident in any situation while still looking polished and put together. The visual result you're achieving is sophisticated versatility that suggests wisdom and style intelligence. You now have 20 powerful dress psychology secrets that will transform how people perceive and respond to you. Pick the 3 dress styles that resonated most with your lifestyle and start incorporating them this week. I'd love to hear about your transformation in the comments. Check out one of the 2 videos on your screen now. See you in our next video.